Well, we've been recruiting in Denmark for a couple of years, and we know there's great talent here. For example, we acquired Mads Andersen for Barnsley, and he's one of the top young center backs now in the championship in England. So that resulted in us looking for a club to invest in Denmark. The reason Esbjerg is our choice is a couple of things. One, it's a great history. It's almost 100 years. Great historical academy. Produced some big talent over the years like Braithwaite. Thirdly, there's strong local support for the club, both sponsors and the fans. And that makes a difference because every 50,000 kroner going into the club can make us more competitive on the pitch. And this club was in Europa League just a year or so ago. So we know it has a rich history, champions, academy, and so the club values are a lot like ours. And we think we can help by bringing some interesting resources that we have, including data and other things with the commitment to youth. But our goals are very similar to Esbjerg's goals. The most important thing for our clubs is to balance a budget and the sustainability of the club, because this club's been around for almost 100 years. All of us will be gone, and the club will continue for another 100 years to come. And so how do we best grow a club like Esbjerg? And the goals are very clear. We want to get promoted, but promoted in the right way, with a team that the core of the team can compete in the Superliga. What can we do to get some more academy kids into the first team squad? And then selectively, what other young Scandinavian and Danish talent that we can bring to Esbjerg to really help us stabilize as a Superliga team. And so it's not just a question of being promoted, it's how you get promoted and what's the squad. That's the immediate goal. It's getting the team stabilized, promoted with a squad that can compete, the core of the squad, and then growing the squad upon promotion. The club is a center of the community. And so we have resources where we can basically get people to feel closer. In a lot of European leagues, this is the club, this is the supporters. What we make sure with all of our clubs is there's much more interactiveness. So for example, last year for both our Belgium and English club, selling season memberships and tickets in a Corona time was not the easiest thing. But after practice for a month, all of our squad, after practice for an hour, went into a phone bank and called every single one of our season ticket members. Part of it was just, hey, how are you doing? You know, this is star captain for the squad. Just want to see how you're doing. But also, we'd appreciate your support. And what we see is that the matches are fantastic, but often people remember the best, those special experiences. This is an entertainment business, but it's important to the local community. So we need to do a better job on that. And so that's going to be one of the first things when we get here is, all right, how can we get closer to the supporters? There's a lot of easy things, but it's got to come from the board down, and it's got to even be at the academy level, because sometimes it's, here's a young 6-year-old. If they're just getting into football, if you don't really embrace them on the values of Esbjerg, they could go to another club. They could support another club for the rest of their life. They could go to another sport. So it's at the first team all the way down to the academy and youth level. Yeah, so it's very critical. All American sports, the data is an important tool on player investments. There's one club specifically in the Super League that's had great success using data. Nobody else really is using data within Denmark. There's great players in Denmark. There's great players in the Super League. There's great players in the first division and below. Data allows us to look at a much bigger group of players and also be quicker. One of the biggest problems of football clubs throughout Europe, it's, oh, we need to sign that left back. Well, there's lots of left backs out there. There's lots of left backs in Denmark. So it's a more mathematical way of allowing a club to be more competitive in the transfer markets. And then the club also gets better knowledge of values, availability, so we don't waste time as a club. We're always looking for all of our clubs. We have a list of 10 or 20 by positions. And then we're constantly getting more information, updating our analysis. And then once we're ready, we can quickly move in the transfer market. It's how we found Mads at Horsens. The club is the town. And in these difficult times, we appreciate all the support from supporters, sponsors, and we'll be back in the stadium soon. And we need to do a better job with all of our supporters and sponsors. If it's someone that needs a call from a player, if it's something special for someone that's sick or ill, that's what we're here for. And we want to make the club all the way down to the academy and youth level even more interactive. Now, part of that is social media. Part of that is just the human touch. But fans are going to be back soon. It's coming. And I think it's going to be really exciting. The club's playing well. And we just appreciate all the support everyone has locally over the last few years.